Alright guys, today we're going to be taking a look at the DC Multiverse Arkham Asylum Batman based off the Arkham Asylum video game from 2009, and it is a decent figure. It's not too bad, but it definitely has a few problems. So let's take a look at this packaging. You can see DC Multiverse, pretty standard. At the top it says 12 and up here you can see, can you see? It says 22 points of articulation, 22 moving parts. Then McFarlane Toys logo with the little Spawn face there. On the side, Batman Arkham Asylum. Some more Batman stuff. On the back we get a nice picture, an image of Batman himself. And we will have to see how the figure compares to the image. So there's really nothing more to the package. Up top there's nothing. On the bottom there's just some warnings in the barcode. So really nothing else fancy about it. Now we have the figure here. And he does come with a heck of a lot of accessories, so you can see. So let's take a look at all of them. Okay, so here we have all of his accessories. First off, he just comes with the standard DC figure stand from DC Multiverse. You can see the little DC logo on the bottom. He comes with this little trading card, which is the same image we saw in the packaging. It's Batman Arkham Asylum on the bottom. On the back it says Batman Arkham Asylum, source Batman Arkham Asylum, video games 2009, blah blah blah, and a bunch of jazz about Batman. And I can focus that in there, so if you want to read it you can just pause the video. Okay, otherwise he comes with these accessories. He comes with this little like flashbang type thing. I think that's what it is, like a flashbang grenade. I'm not totally sure, but for what it is, it looks nice. It looks pretty sweet to me. Pretty nice paint job, pretty nice sculpting, pretty cool. He comes with this like closed batarang, I believe that's what it is, which is kind of useless. I don't really care about this at all. Comes with this actual batarang, which is pretty freaking nice. Very nice paint work. Looks good. And then he comes with this like grappling gun, I believe. I don't know. No, this doesn't look like the grappling gun. This looks like the gun that you fire at the walls, like the zip line kind of thing. If you guys remember, played the game, you probably know what I'm talking about. I don't know the exact name of it. It's been a while. But I don't think this is the actual grappling gun. But I could be wrong about that. Let me know in the comments. It looks to me like that gun you'd shoot across like areas with water beneath you and you'd glide across in a zip line. So it's pretty nice. Pretty cool. So now let's take a look at the figure. Okay, so here we have Bruce Wayne, the Batman. And before I actually show you the figure, I will show you how he works with his accessories here. There's really nothing that clips onto his belt or anything, unfortunately. At least not that I've discovered. His hands are okay, I guess. Obviously, he can hold this flashbang here for the most part in both hands. It's a little bit big, but fits in both its hands. The batarang does fit in his hands. You can put that in there however. I just kind of have him hold it like this right in the middle. I think that looks kind of cool. It's a little bit loose, but it fits for the most part. This, I don't know what you really want to do with this. You could have him hold it, I guess, if you want. I'm not really sure what it does or what it is. It looks like a batarang folded to me, and I believe that's what it is, but I don't know why you'd really display him with it. And then you have this little gun here. And the problem with this figure is probably my biggest problem with him is, well, one, unnecessary accessories that definitely I don't think anyone really wanted over like interchangeable hands or something. And the fact that the trigger finger in this gun doesn't actually fit in the trigger at all, and it just looks like stupid. That actually looks pretty awful. So that's a bummer. And same with the other hand too. If you really want these trigger fingers to work, you're going to have to take an X-Acto knife and kind of trim in between the fingers. And that's a little tricky. I don't know if I'd recommend doing it. I'm not going to do it. I'll just leave it as is. I'm not really going to display him with this. So with that said, now let's take a look at sculpting all the detail on the figure. Okay, so unfortunately I do not own the DC collectibles Arkham Batman. I used to, and I gotta say he is better than this figure. I'm not sure what the price is on him, but I know this guy's a lot more accessible, and he's pretty nice for what he is. Now, how does he compare to this image of Batman? In my opinion, decent. The two main problems with this guy that really kind of really like ruin it for me, I guess. Well, three I should say. One, I think the cape is a bit awkward on the bottom. It kind of gets in the way of him standing sometimes. So that's a bit of a bummer. If I want to have him lean back, the cape just goes right in. I don't know. But it does look cool. I mean, I like how it lays and stuff. It looks pretty sweet for the most part. The other problem I have is his arms are a bit long and the hands are kind of small. That's kind of, honestly, I'm looking at the hands are a little bit small and the arms are a little bit long, I would say. But it's nothing that's like terribly noticeable unless you really compare him to that picture. Without his stand, you can see I'm having a difficult time getting him to stay standing. But if you look at the picture here, you can tell the hands are a little bit bigger and the arms are a bit shorter and like bulkier, I would say. And the last problem I have with this guy is the fact that he slouches, as you can see. Like he kind of sticks his pelvis out and it like slopes. Really awkward, man. And otherwise, there's really nothing that wrong with this figure. The head sculpt is a little bit awkward, I would say. Like in the jaw area and stuff, it looks a little bit funky. But aside from that, he's actually really well done. I like the fact that the bat symbol is actually sculpted on him. Like I said, I love these like soft plastic, these rubbery like underwear like crotch pieces with the belt and stuff, because it really like hides the articulation. Looks really cool. Everything else in this guy is actually really nicely done. You know, the paint work is phenomenal. I think they did some great paint work. I don't have any like smudging or rubbing anywhere. No, it doesn't look like it. I have one gold dot right there. And it's just barely noticeable. So everything's great. The sculpting is really, really nice. Texture on his bat suit is fantastic. It looks like it's padded here, and you can see like different mesh kind of like material on him. You can see this like metal boots here, like armored. Very cool. These little spikes on the back of his gloves are a soft plastic, so they're not going to break. This cape also, I mean, although it's a tad bit long, it's actually great, man. I really like this cape a lot. I love how it drapes, man. Looks very cool. So that was really nicely done on McFarlane's part. As for the back of the figure, nothing much to see. However, it actually is it's a sculpted kind of well. I know with Marvel Legends figures, they have a tendency to make the asses look kind of freaking weird. And I know it's an odd thing to say, but I mean, like, for instance, let's take, honestly, Captain America, his backside looks a little funky. Oops, he fell. But the main one is Spider-Man. That shit is rough. But he's a decent figure. But still, it's really awkward. So his actual like sculpting all around, the proportioning of his body, all the features, looks normal. You know, it looks well proportioned, decent. So, otherwise, like I said, this figure looks good. All the paint is good. So, how about the articulation? Decent, probably lacking a little bit. And it would have been nice too. I should say this. In terms of the accessories, I would much rather have an interchangeable head or interchangeable hands or something of that sort. I honestly don't really care about a closed batarang, I guess. Kind of dumb. And I could give or take with the little grenade here. Well, it is kind of cool, but it's really not necessary. I think the hands are far more important. Definitely big deal. It would have been nice to have some extra heads too, but whatever. The accessories are pretty cool, and I'm glad he does have accessories. Especially the stand, man. The stand is cool, but the trading card, I don't think anyone is really into that. Maybe some people are, but I don't think they're anything like anyone really like absolutely wants. So anyways, the articulation. His head goes up pretty far. It's also like a soft plastic material. A little bit goes down, not too far actually. Side to side. He does have a neck pivot, as you can see. His arms go out here, like so. Down, they can go back. The cape kind of hinders that though. They do have a little piece of articulation right inside behind the chest there, the pectoral. You can see it's almost like a butterfly joint. That's a really nice touch. I like that. Let's have a swivel here. The arms can go out pretty far, but can't go too high. I do like the, although this is single joint articulation, I wish it was double jointed. I do like the fact that this joint is sculpted into the forearm from the bicep. I don't know if you guys can tell there, but it's actually pretty well hidden. So that looks nice. I like that. And it goes about that far. It's not terribly articulated. Then there is no swivel here at the forearm. There is a ball joint here at the wrist, so you can have his wrist go down and up. If you rotate it, it can go a bunch of different ways. So that's a nice touch. The abdomen does have a little bit of a swivel, but it has a tendency to just kind of slouch down because of how the cape sits behind him, I think. So it has a tendency to look kind of funky. And I do think his underwear are a bit high up. They should be a little bit lower, so maybe I can fix that at some point. That's awkward. There is no swivel otherwise in the waist, or maybe a tiny bit, but can't really do much with it. The legs go really far out, like crazy. Pretty far forward, kind of far back. You can kind of see the articulation there. He does have a little bit of a swivel, not much. Has double jointed knees. No swivel at the calf. The foot goes down, up. It's also on a ball joint, and there is a little bit of an ankle pivot there, so that's pretty nice. And then there is a hinge at the toes. That's a very nice touch. And it's really well hidden, too. It's not like the other figure. I know Superman had a metal piece showing in his foot, and this one does not. So that's cool. All in all, I guess I would recommend getting him. I think he's pretty cool. I mean, he's all right. You know, he's a give or take. He's, you know, he's average. I don't think he's anything like super special. I think he's a fun figure to have, though. He looks pretty cool, especially with the Joker that's with him. He's decent for what he is, but definitely could use some huge improvements in terms of some accessories and just proportioning with the arms and this slouching pose, the freaking pelvis sticking out at you. I hate that. That is the most awkward shit ever. Batman should be standing with his chest out and all bulky and badass, dude. What is this? Batman looks like a stoner. So, anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed the review. I hope it gave you some insight into this new figure coming out. He is pretty cheap to buy. He's like 20 bucks. So if you don't want to pay money to go get that DC collectibles one, buy this guy. He's not too bad. He works, man. And I should show you a size comparison too. Like I said, next to Marvel Legends, he's not in scale at all. Next to Joker, he's obviously in scale, but even Joker looks a tad bit taller. So that's kind of, I don't know. That's a bummer. Otherwise, he's totally in scale with all 7-inch figures. 6-inch figures, he obviously doesn't really work with. Anyways, thank you for watching this. I hope you enjoyed it. Like, subscribe, comment, tell me your thoughts. And most importantly, stay safe, stay healthy, stay happy, and keep collecting. Peace.